Huawei has officially announced its intention to part ways with Android starting in 2025, marking a significant shift in the tech landscape. The company has unveiled its latest flagship smartphones, the Mate 70 series and the Mate X6 Foldable, alongside its new operating system, Harmony OS Next. This transition is a bold move as it marks Huawei's full departure from Android, and it's poised to have ripple effects across the tech industry, especially considering Huawei's prominent position in the global smartphone market. The original Harmony OS, introduced by Huawei in 2019, was built on Android's framework, essentially making it a customized version of Google's operating system. While it had its own set of features and design principles, it was still reliant on Android's underlying structure and, crucially, on Android apps. However, with Harmony OS Next, Huawei is taking a definitive step to create a fully independent operating system, one that is entirely in-house and free from the influence of US technology, namely, Google's Android. This development comes at a time when Huawei has been severely impacted by trade restrictions imposed by the United States, which have restricted its access to critical technologies like Google services and Android updates. One of the most notable consequences of this shift is that Harmony OS Next will not support Android apps, which could present a major obstacle for user adoption. Android has a vast ecosystem of apps, and many Huawei users have become accustomed to the apps available on that platform. While Huawei has been working closely with developers to build a new app ecosystem for Harmony OS, the fact remains that a significant number of popular Android apps will not be available at launch. Currently, reports indicate that around 10,000 apps are compatible with Harmony OS Next, with Huawei setting an ambitious target of reaching 100,000 apps in the coming months. This aggressive push to grow its app store will be essential for the platform's success and for attracting new users. Despite the challenges, Huawei is confident that its new operating system will offer a compelling user experience. The Mate 70 series will be the first flagship devices to feature Harmony OS Next, although they won't ship with the new OS immediately. Instead, these devices will launch with Harmony OS 4.3, which retains elements of Android, meaning that users will still experience some familiarity in terms of app functionality and user interface. This interim solution allows Huawei to gradually transition users to the new system while still offering a semblance of compatibility with Android apps. The full transition to Harmony OS Next will be made available through updates, giving users the option to switch to the new OS once it becomes available. Huawei's ultimate goal is to have all of its new devices running Harmony OS Next by 2025, making it the default operating system for all future smartphones, tablets, and potentially other connected devices. This timeline will be a critical period for Huawei to prove that Harmony OS can stand on its own and offer a worthwhile alternative to Android and iOS. Success will depend not only on the number of apps available but also on the overall user experience, how smooth, intuitive, and reliable the operating system is in day-to-day use. The move away from Android is a high-stakes gamble for Huawei, especially in China, where Android has a large user base. However, Huawei has the resources and the loyalty of many Chinese consumers who may be willing to give the new system a chance, especially if it offers unique features, enhanced privacy, or improved integration with other Huawei devices. The success of Harmony OS Next may also depend on Huawei's ability to encourage international developers to build apps for the platform, ensuring that it isn't limited to Chinese users or markets. For Huawei, this move is not just about escaping US sanctions, it's about creating an ecosystem that is independent and self-reliant. By developing Harmony OS Next, Huawei aims to reduce its dependency on foreign software, particularly Android, and create a platform that aligns more closely with its vision for the future of smart devices. If successful, Harmony OS Next could become a significant player in the global smartphone market, offering a legitimate alternative to the dominance of Android and iOS. However, it will require substantial investment in both software and hardware development, as well as a concerted effort to build a thriving developer community and user base. As the mobile tech world watches closely, it remains to be seen whether Huawei's gamble on Harmony OS Next will pay off. The future of Huawei smartphones and, by extension, its entire ecosystem will depend on how well the company can navigate this transition and whether it can convince both consumers and developers to embrace its new operating system.